So, hi, bienvenida, bienvenido, and wahi. I hope every one of you feels welcome. So, hey, it's Destiny back, and today's topic is going to be about letting go of diabolical family members. Did you hear me? Let them people go. Today, we're going to talk about disrespectful, um, toxic, unhealthy family members. Yes, some of us have them in our family, and it's okay. It's okay that we have them in our family because we cannot help that. You know that saying, we don't get to pick and choose who our family members are. So that's not something we can help nor can we control. But that's going to be the topic for today. And as always, I'm going to have a good old, nice old takeaway at the end. So, before we get into it, I just want to encourage you to continue to subscribe, make some comments down in the bottom, like and share the link. We're still building this community. One thing about YouTube starting a channel, it is a slow crawl. It's a slow crawl. The growth on YouTube is very slow. People don't know who you are. So you got to try to get family members and friends to engage and get them to share and just kind of snowball effect to get more people to tune in. So I'd like to say at the top of the video, that's where I am, still trying to grow the channel. Definitely ask that you subscribe, share the link, and just invite some other people over to tap into some of these deeply rooted intellectual conversations that we have over here, okay? Watch until the very end. If you will, I would appreciate it. So let's get into it. Talking about diabolical family members. I don't like to speak too broadly, and I don't like to speak as if people aren't educated. Okay, I don't like to do either. But I do know because I've been told. This is solely based on the fact that I've been told enough times in my life that sometimes I use words and people are like, "What? Girl, I had to Google what you was talking about. I didn't know what that meant." So just for those of you who may not know, same as evil, diabolical, same as evil, wicked, not good people is what that means. So with that being said, personally, I feel like it is okay to drop kick those people straight out your life. That's just my personal opinion. I do say that as we grow older, we start to realize that some things just aren't warranted. Some things just aren't accepted. Some things just we don't need in our lives, and it's okay to let go. So, um, I'm gonna start with the mother, what the young people call her, mom dukes, ma dukes, mom dukes. We're gonna start there. Unfortunately, my mother is no longer with me in the flesh. And with that being said, I've pretty much gone through all the years after her passing in a very sensitive light when it comes to moms. It's very touchy for me to know of a person who doesn't get along with their mom, who has a toxic or not so good relationship with the mother. It does something to me. And in my mind, it's like, honey, sweetheart, friend, sister, brother, cousin, person, you have your mother. Embrace that. And in my mind, there's nothing you could tell me as to why you feel like you need to be disrespectful, curse her out, not deal with her, not have a good. I, no, that's mom. But I've come to learn that, and the only reason I've come to learn it is because if I take a mother's role and apply it like another relative, then I could possibly get it. Meaning, I'm quick to say a sister or brother, a cousin, bye, you're toxic, you're ridiculous, you're irrational, you're all over the place, you're impulsive, bye, go ahead, I don't have time for that. Quick to say it. So if I take that relative, a sister, brother, cousin, uncle, and I replace it with a mother, which is hard to do, but I have to be realistic and know that there are some moms that are toxic, like a sister, brother, cousin, uncle could be. So for that, it's still hard for me, but I guess I can understand it. Um, my mom and I had a good bad relationship. Not even bad. It was a good, not so good. That sounds better. That feels more fitting to our situation. She was stern. She didn't play. Uh, just didn't did. I gotta just go here real quick. I grew up thinking my name was Common Sense. No joke. My mom walked around almost every day of my life. Act like you got some common sense. You act like you ain't got no common sense. Y'all, fussing at the whole house. So y'all act like y'all ain't got no damn sense. Act like you got some common sense. I promise you, I grew up. In my head, in my life, in my brain, in my mind, you better have. I think I have too much sense. Sometimes when I'm going through certain things in life, I'm like, gee, thanks, mom. You really put it on me. Like, I honestly think I have too much common sense in fear of not having any at all and knowing that I better have some. So that was just my mom. She did not play ignorance, silliness, goofiness. Don't act stupid, don't play stupid, none of that around her. She did not. And oh gosh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at it because I'm just like that. So that's the relationship I had with her. A mom that was stern. She was good as gold. She didn't play. Did we get our, as they said back then, we get our ass whooped? We did. We got tore up. But that's what they did. It wasn't called CPS. It wasn't abuse. It wasn't all the things it is today where you can't look at the child wrong. It wasn't that. We got our ass tore up. That's just what it was. And whether you're children, we were children, whether you thought it was warranted or not. She was the parent. You did something out of line, disrespectful, not appropriate in her household. Those were the repercussions, and we knew that. So, other than that, a good supporter. Oh my gosh, we'll get into a different topic one day about my mom specifically, but awesome supporter. She raised 3 children. Another video, I'll talk about how she came to raise 6. But whew, just a loving, solid woman that was about her business, took care of her household, did not play. Where we probably didn't get along was I'm doing these YouTube channels because obviously I'm not afraid to be in front of a camera and talk, right? Right? I was a talker, and I think I got on my mama's nerves talking so much. Because the whole household as a child was always, can you make us stop talking? Can you make us? She in here talking again. I talk to myself. I talk to my make-believe friends. It's the truth, family. I'm a talker. So, I think when I got older, I was very bold at speaking. Not disrespectful to her, but I spoke my mind. I was very opinionated. I got it from her. And I think that's where we clashed and bumped heads. That was a not so good dynamic. So I can't imagine my mom being a toxic mom to the point of me standing and cursing her out or slamming a room door in her. I wouldn't be here talking. It's just gone to say I wouldn't be here talking. I wouldn't be alive. I slammed the door in her house and told her to get out my room like some of those kids do today. None of that was happening in her household. So I can't imagine a toxic relationship with her to the point I would feel the need to be bold and disrespect her. Don't get me wrong. In some of those ass whooping moments that I had, things got out of hand a couple times. I'm like, whoa, hold on. This whooping is feeling kind of extreme. But we've learned, we've evolved from when I grew up to today, and people are out here teaching us, don't discipline your child while you're angry, because you're taking out all this aggression and you're not really dealing with the situation at hand, because we know today there's other ways to deal with discipline. Back then it was, I'm gonna whoop your ass. That's what we got. That's what happened. So again, even though some situations got out of hand, and one very meaningful to me that I won't even probably even ever talk about on camera, but it was probably the worst time I had with my mom, where I was being disciplined. Um, that still could not have made me stand up and disrespect her. Now, some things happened in that incident, but nonetheless, I love my mother, and I always say love. I don't loved her because she's gone. I still to this day love my mother. I could never feel it, have another feeling towards her. But if there were a mother in your life that is toxic beyond measure, I think today I could finally get it and say, yeah, if you have to cut a mama out, mama got to go too. And I never thought I would say that. And it came from a place of I don't have mine. So I can never speak to someone about, oh yeah, it's okay to disrespect your mom, curse her out, mistreat her, steal from her, lie to her, wreck her car, steal a car, trash her house. I could never do that. And still would say all those things. No, don't do those things. But I do see where there may be a place where there's a mom that's extremely toxic, not good to you, and that you may have to X out of your life. And I say that mainly by way of TV. I don't really look at the guy named Karomo. I think that's his name. So if I'm saying it wrong, you probably know why I don't watch him. I've seen him. I see him advertised a couple times. I may have watched a snippet of his show because it was on the TV and I'm paying attention to what the show was. But I never started a show of his from start to end. But the ones I've seen, it's usually family members on there airing out some toxic, crazy situation. And in a couple that I've seen, again, those snippets, and I can't even watch the whole thing because it's so disturbing. I'm like, oh no, oh baby, ooh. Some parents, and Steve Wilkos is another show that I watch. Now, if you've ever watched Steve Wilkos, then enough said. Say less, say no more. Some people's stories that are aired on TV shows that I believe are true stories, not made up things. Um, Man, if you have a mother that is allowing a man to molest you, that sister got to go. So you see what I'm saying? In my first mind, there's nothing I would say to a person that would say, "Oh yeah, don't ever talk to your mom again. Cut her off, block her, get a restraining order." I wouldn't say that. But with some of the things I've seen exposed in real life, I'm like, baby, get rid of mama with a quickness. Whoever it is, I'm sticking on the mom thing because that's the first thing that I would always say to a person, honey, you got to do better. That's your mama. That's the only one you have. You can't do that. That's mama. If mama letting somebody molest you and she's sitting in the back smoking something she ain't got no business smoking, and she done let the man in the front, back door, side door, patio, he crawled through the windows or the walls, and he got at you as a child, a young girl, man, mama don't only have to get X'd out, blocked. Mama need to go to jail. Mama need to, if you could pick her up, tell her you going to Walmart, put her in the car and drive her to the jail. That's where mama need to go. Like there, so I get it. For a long time, you couldn't talk to me about her mom and you not having a good relationship and make me understand it. Because all I knew was I don't have mine, you have yours, honey. I don't want to hear it. Baby, make the best of that. But I've learned. So with that being said, I want to push forward. I know I stayed on that for a minute. Um, there are some family members that are so toxic, you have to give them the X. X them out. They gotta go. They gotta go. And some people, this is such a topic to discuss because some people feel like family is everything. And I could never turn my back and betray. Baby, I get it. Family dynamics are so different across the globe. I get it. That you may very well come from a place where you're taught family stick together no matter what. You stick together. You stick together no matter what. You family. Baby, I don't come from that. Let me tell you something else about mom real quick. This topic may be all over the place because I just have to go. My mind goes in and out of memories. My mama didn't play that. Let me tell you what mama told me growing up. If you ever are in life, I'm gonna always go to bat for you no matter what. If your back is up against the wall, I'm gonna go to bat for you. If somebody has wronged you, hit you, beat you, disrespected you, I'm mama and I'm gonna go to bat for you all day, every day. Let me tell you what mama taught me. But honey, let me tell you, if you ever out here in this world and you are the person doing wrong, and I loved how she used to say it, you ain't got a leg to stand on. Don't come to me to help you if you're wrong. You're gonna rest in that. You're gonna sit in that because you, my dear child, were wrong. So you're gonna sit in that wrong. That's how I was raised. Mama didn't play family is family. What? Not in her house. And unfortunately, fortunately, I grew up that way. I'm that way today. I don't care who you are. If you're wrong, bye. No, I'm not. Mm-mm. So if you have a sibling, a relative, whoever that relative is, that's toxic, they mean you no well, they're disrespectful, your relationship, your children. All for it. Give them the X. They gotta go. And that's obviously y'all know I always say I don't tell other grown people what to do. All my videos are based on my opinions and how I deeply and strongly feel. Do what you want to do. But I'm saying, for the sake of your sanity, for the sake of your peace, just for the sake of all things right, you have the right to make that conscious, adult, mature decision to X people out your life who mean you no good. Baby, get them out. If that's what you need to do, and I always say when I'm giving advice, I like to be mindful how I give it. And I'm talking about relatives, so I'm not. This conversation is not about a toxic boyfriend, girlfriend. But I guess we need to talk about husbands because they're family. You know, I'm talking about blood related. A husband is paper related. However, I always say if you need to get out of a situation like that, because this is not a domestic violence video. It's not about a toxic relationship that you need to go to a shelter, get away. I'm not talking about that. But since we're talking about what we're talking about, let's go ahead and tap into that. Because when I say family, obviously a toxic husband is family, not blood related. I always say to people, if you need to exit a toxic, abusive situation, again, that's not what this video is about, but because we're here, I don't want to miss the mark on this. Please always safely get out. Please don't just curse somebody out, stand in their face, especially a man standing in his face thinking we can beat them, because I ain't going to say we can't. I've seen some videos where some women have whooped up on some men. We ain't talking about that. Do it safely. If you need to dial 911, get some police assistance. That's my advice to you about getting out of a toxic marriage. But that's not what this video is about. So if you have a sibling that's disrespectful to you, your household, your family, your marriage, your children, if you need to make a decision, even if it's your family values, because like the Braxton Family Values, I think is the name of their show. Forget a family value. It's about my sanity, my heart, my mind, how you making me feel. And if you're making me feel low and down and disrespected and disregarded all the time, X. I think I'm gonna name this video X them out. I'm okay. Just get rid of them. It's not worth it. It wears and tears on your mental, your healthiness of your mental, all of it. It's too much. And we're gonna talk about forgiveness one day too. That's another one. I'm gonna hit on it a little bit. People always say forgiveness is not for you, it's for the other person. Hogwash. I don't believe in it. I don't agree with it. There's a lot of sayings out here in the world that I don't agree with. And I don't agree with them because I have my own mind. Somebody in the world made something up and then we just jump on the bandwagon and that's what everyone's supposed to believe. Absolutely not. I don't care how many phrases and quotes you make. I have a mind of my own and a right to think differently. So I don't believe in that. And I'm going to tell you why. To me, when it comes to forgiveness, real quick, because this video ain't about forgiveness, let somebody do something to you 10 times and say, oh, I didn't think about it, or I'm sorry, and then you forgive them and y'all are back and they do it again. 10 times is too daggone many, okay? What I believe about forgiveness, some people, not all, some people will say, gosh, that was horrible what I did to that person, and they forgave me. And I'm back in their good graces. Then they do it again. They keep doing it because the pattern has started. And the pattern that they picked up on is you're just going to forgive them and keep talking to them and it doesn't matter what they're doing. I don't believe in forgiveness like that. Not to that level, not to that degree. We'll talk about that on a whole nother day because I got a lot to say about forgiveness. If you have a toxic family member, I don't care who they are, and you feel the need that they're wearing on your mental, they're doing you no good, and you feel the need, if you're contemplating, how do I cut off my sister? This is my whole life. Sister, my twin brother. We were in the womb together. We grew up together. We get messed up thinking about those close-knit bonds and things of the past. It's in today. It's in the current. How are they treating you and making you feel today? My whole take on this video is about if it's something you need to do for your sanity and you've been contemplating it, it's okay that you do that. Sometimes you may want to cut a sister off and your mom's going to be mad. That's your sister. How you not going to? Sometimes you got to say, Mom, respectfully, I have to ride this one out based on how I feel and what I think. And I say with all things, we'll talk about that also one day, about how to speak to people. Sometimes I be watching stuff on TV. I'm a love and hip hop type of chick every now and again, because sometimes mess is so messy and toxic, I can't always watch it. But when I do watch it, I just be like, oh, they hollering, yelling, and throwing drinks. I know it's scripted. Some of it's scripted. It's for the show. It's for the ratings. But in real life, people act like that. So I'm talking about the real life aspect of it. I'd be like, you could have said that 10,000 different ways. It didn't have to be that nasty and aggressive. Therefore, drinks and fists wouldn't be flying. So there's a way to speak to people. What I'm saying is, if you have to get away from a family member and you think the entire family is going to be upset with you, no one's going to be respectful of your decision, then there's a way to do that as well. Let's talk about it. Everybody won't understand your decision. Let's say you have 10 family members and you have to sit them down and call a come to Jesus family meeting moment and say, listen, I need to talk to you about this. Mary been acting like XYZ ABC for the past 4 years and I'm tired of it. I think if you remain calm, use a concerned tone of I'm calling out, I'm reaching out to you all. This is a decision I need to make. I just think tone, people say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I always find myself when I'm in a situation where one, my anxiety is about to go through the roof or somebody's about to make me step, I ain't gonna even say out of character because I have a few different characters. One of my characters is to let you have it if you're trying me on a certain level. So if I'm being transparent, family, y'all know I'm always transparent. So I can't say out of character because it's my character to get somebody told when need be. But if you're trying to have a moment where you're not trying to go there and you're trying to remain in the most positive light, in those instances, tone is everything. And if you sit down and with a certain energy about yourself, I think you're gonna reach people better, your family better than I need to call a meeting because I'm sick of this and I'm tired of her and Tasha been doing this and energy feeds off of energy. So then out of the 10 family members that's sitting calmly, you all popped up somebody else in their head. They thinking, oh, as soon as she take a pause or a breather or a break or stop, I'm going to hop in and, well, I understand, but why you got to be hollering and yelling? It's all in tone. It's all in presentation. Some people call it presentation. Presentation. How you deliver, how you speak, how you coming at them and what you're delivering. What are you saying to them? At the end of the day, it's a decision you need to make. I say make it. I don't recommend anybody stick around any toxic situation. And I get we do it because we want to. Now, this is some people just do because they want to. I love the person. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of Steve Wilco. Not him per se. I love the show. But when he asks people, why are you letting somebody burn you with cigarettes, spit on you, punch you, and put extension cords around your neck and cameras all in your house and nail down the windows? Because I love them. I'll be like, oh Jesus, can y'all find something else to say? So some people choose to stay in those type of situations. This video ain't about y'all. Yeah, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to people that feel the need to get out of a situation and they don't know how. You don't know if you should. You don't know how it's going to be received. I'm just here to say I've done it. I try not to get, and I'm still going to try to refrain from getting personal in this particular video. But I've done it. I've had to make that decision with relatives. And baby, for me, it's not hard. I've always been a very dismissive person. I don't know where I got it from. But yes, I do. My mom. My mom, this is her thing. I will XYZ ABC. But once I wash my hands with you, I'll wash my hands with you. That was her thing. That was her thing. She had no problem. And I got it. And I'm just like her. I got it. I will give you all the chances that I feel you may need. I used to live my life on this 1, 2, 3 strike you out thing. 1, 2, 3 strike. That's it. You're not getting more than 3 strikes with me because you shouldn't be disrespecting me and trying me and all that stuff anyway. 3 times was my limit. I'm older now. It depends on who you are and what you're doing. Whether you do one thing and it's out, bye, see you later, bye, gotta go. So again, this video is solely speaking to the people that are contemplating. You know what? I'm gonna stay on target. I'm gonna stay on topic. Those who are contemplating leaving a relative behind, giving them the X and don't know if they should or not, I say it's perfectly okay if you feel like you need to. Just be mindful how you do it. And I'm also going to extend a different type of offer in this video that's coming up right now. Give me a moment. I don't want this video to be too long, and it's not going to be, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. But this is what I like to add to the end of this video. I said it in one of my intro videos that this is your channel. If there's a lot of things going on in your life and you need to be up late night, because sometimes I'm going to start doing some lives and see if I can catch some people. I just kind of went through a couple of different scenarios. If you just got married and you want to celebrate, this is your channel. This is your channel for all things. I meant that with everything in me. And I want to say, I talked about another video that I went into psychology for a reason, because I did want to be a counselor. I wanted to be a relationship / family therapist or counselor. I didn't get to that. I do have an associate's degree. I talked about that in a previous video. However, at the same time, what I want to say to you is, any of these topics that I've displayed on my channel, especially this one, if you are a person that feel like you really need someone to talk to, most of us have friends, a girlfriend, a coworker. Most of us have somebody, okay? So I'm not sitting on this channel pretending to be the one all, do all, the angelic one of all times, that if you don't have anybody to talk to, reach out to me. But I'm going to extend that offer, because I feel like I'd have to tell you my entire life for you to know. I've been in some situations and some circumstances personally and with other people, and I've helped them. And I mean very carefully, very strategically, where no one was hurt, harmed, in danger at all. There's a way to do things. And if you are watching this video and you feel like that you don't know how, now I may not be able to come to your city, your town, your state. I may not be able to come to your house, your driveway, your Airbnb, your apartment, whatever. But baby, we can pick up the phone and we can have some deeply rooted conversations about what it is that you're going through and how I can assist you. And at all costs, especially if you're so far away in a different state, I'm definitely going to tell you to get the police involved. Not on the person, because people want to kill you when you call the police on them, but in a manner in which get them out to protect you. If you need to pack up some bags and leave, do it the right way. But I definitely want to extend that offer, because I know some stuff. I've been through some things, and I'm still standing, as you can see. Um, so it's just a matter of, if you need to stay, and that kind of goes back into the relationship type thing, not exactly what this topic is about. But if you need to X out some people in your life that are relatives, I would say, if it's mentally debilitating for you, if it is tearing you down and causing you anxiety and stress and weight loss and hair loss and whatever else, you have the right to make the decision no more. You have the right to say goodbye. I'm not tolerating it, dealing with it. That's what this video is about, y'all. The takeaway is pretty much what I've said. The entire video has been a positive takeaway. Know that you are able to step away from relatives. You don't have to sit in a position and say, oh, well, that's my family, I can't. Yes, you can, if that's what you need to do. Takeaway is, if you need to involve law enforcement to get away from a toxic relative, then do so to be safe. I want to extend the fact that I'm always available. Hit me up on the channel, drop a comment. You can code it. You ever heard of somebody being in a dangerous situation with a person has kidnapped them, and they write a real spiffy note to the mail courier or the person in the restaurant and slide it? You could code a message down in the comment. It could be help. It could just be point blank. Can we talk? You don't have to, express anything personal on the channel if you don't want it. I get that. I'm just that person. Again, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm the angelic one, like, oh, I can help it. But I just know that it's what I've done for many, 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 many years. In one of my old videos, I talked about how my ex-husband used to always say, girl, we be rich with all the people that all your friends that call and talk and get advice. And this is just what I've done naturally. I have an innate ability. It's a natural ability is what that means. To just help people. I always said I'm a problem solver. You come to me, I'm never scratching my head like, well, girl, I don't know how we gonna figure that. Let me think of, let me sleep on it. That's not me. You come to me with a problem, in 5 minutes, resolutions are dredging up in my brain, and I'm going to present them to you in the best, safest way for you. If that's ever needed. If it's not, just enjoy the video. But those are my takeaways. You don't have to stick around and deal with relatives that are toxic because they're family. I would say don't be so mindful, don't be so concerned about what everyone else in the family is going to think. If it's for you, let it be for you and do what's best for you.